Hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Kimberlei Davis. A suspicious package delivered to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is believed to be a hate crime. Plus, a man is behind bars accused of raping an 85-year-old woman on Valentine's Day, and that suspect is believed to be involved in similar cases. And Oprah is sharing her thoughts on Trump calling her, quote, very insecure. Those trending headlines, celebrity birthdays, and I'll tell you what happened on this day in history. That's all coming up next, today, Friday, February 23rd. British police say Prince Harry's fiancée, Meghan Markle, was the victim of a hate crime. The couple received a suspicious package on February 12th containing an unknown white substance and a note. Police found the substance to be harmless, but the contents of the note remains undisclosed. Phil Black reports from London with more on this story.
It's all about a package that was delivered to St James's Palace, one of the royal residences here in London, on February the 12th. There was a suspicious substance inside and a message, a note of some kind as well. The substance was tested and found to be harmless. The letter or the note, whatever its contents were, and the police aren't saying at this stage, whatever they were though, however, is what has led police to determine that this is potentially a hate crime. So it points to an ugly, racist motivation behind this. It is British media that are saying that the substance involved was a white powder of some kind, and we know that white powder hoaxes have become very common against public figures, organisations, politicians, and so forth. And it is again British media that are saying the package itself was addressed specifically to Prince Harry and his fiancée, Meghan Markle. Now, ultimately, this was, as I say, an ugly, racist, but ultimately harmless hoax of some kind. But we do know that from the very outset of Prince Harry's relationship with Meghan Markle, there has been at least a minority racist reaction to it. Prince Harry himself commented on that back in November, not long after the relationship was made public, in a statement when he talked about some of the news coverage having racial undertones and the outright racism that was being written on the comment sections of web pages and social media and so forth. So this has been there from the outset. It is without a doubt a minority, ugly view and opinion. But even still, the police here seem to be taking it very seriously. They say this is being investigated by counter-terrorism police, which again points to an ideological motivation of some kind. And at the moment, that investigation is ongoing. No one has been arrested just yet.
Back at home, a disturbing story out of Richland County. Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott believes a man who sexually assaulted an 85-year-old woman on Valentine's Day may have committed other similar crimes involving a 70-year-old woman. During a press conference yesterday, Sheriff Leon Lott announced the arrest of Marquel Livingston and said DNA evidence from the assault matches DNA found from a 2016 case in which that 70-year-old woman was repeatedly tased and sexually assaulted. Listen to what the sheriff said yesterday.
You know, it was one of our fears that this wasn't Livingston's first time. We found some evidence when we did the search on another sexual assault victim. He would not have stopped. And that's what the scary part is that, you know, that he would not have stopped. Livingston would have continued to be a monster, and I don't use that word very often, but he was a monster that preyed on our senior elderly females in our community. Begging you, you know, if you are sexually assaulted, you know, report it to law enforcement so it can be investigated. We've got to prevent monsters like Livingston from being out here in our community.
Oprah Winfrey's response to President Trump calling her insecure is, quote, "I don't like giving negativity power." Earlier this week, Trump called her 60 Minutes panel interview biased and slanted. He was commenting on Sunday's show where Oprah sat down with 14 pro and anti-Trump voters from Michigan. Oprah tells talk show host Ellen DeGeneres that she did her due diligence as a journalist and even had segment producers add an additional response from a Trump supporter before it aired. Oprah said she worked very hard to do the opposite of what she was, quote, hate tweeted about. 14 years ago today, the finale of Sex and the City aired. Happy birthday if you're celebrating today. You share the day with actress Kristen Davis of Sex and the City. She's 53. Actress Dakota Fanning is 24 and Niecy Nash is 48. Well, that's our time for today. You've been watching What's Trending. Get more headlines on our ABC Columbia mobile app and at abccolumbia.com. I'm Kimberlei Davis. Be kind to each other. I hope that you have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.